I am so mad at myself. This is now the second take of trying to just make some crumble peanut butter cookies, okay? But I guess I didn't click the right button, and I went to heat up my cookie sheet because it was in the freezer because I had frozen that chicken broth that I made in the last video, and I needed to pull it off. Okay, we are going to make some crumble peanut butter cookies. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is there. You're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter, melted and cooled, so you don't want it hot. I did that in my last take, but can't just go and do it again. So there you go. You are going to need 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Right now you are going to combine the butter and the sugar. So you need 1/3 cup brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of just regular sugar, which I have right in front of me. I just gotta find my 1/3. That's my 4th. Where is my 1/3? Don't mind my baking drawer. I just throw it in here. Aha. Okay. So you need 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Dark, light, whatever suits your fancy. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And then I need 2 tablespoons of regular sugar. 1, 2. I have all of my baking stuff right here on my counter. Because I bake so much. Okay, I gotta go get my whisk. Then you whisk it together really good. Your next thing that you're going to need is 1 egg yolk. So, you want the yolk, not the white, just the yolk. Okay, so I have fresh chicken eggs from my lovely ladies. I am going to do my best to get the egg yolk and not the white. Okay, I'll just bring this into frame so you can watch me probably fail. Always recommend doing it in a different dish just in case the egg is not good, because you don't want not good egg going into your recipe. Oh, we're just going to try and get the white out and not the yolk. I hate this part. It's always so bleh. Okay. Check. Okay. Egg. Oh, and some of the whatever. Some of the white did get in. I am not good at that. I am going to admit that right now. Sorry, let me wash my hands because that's gross. Okay, anyways, I did get some of the white in there. I'm not overly fantastic at getting yolks. But anyways, you do that, and then you do the tablespoon of vanilla. My vanilla is clear across my kitchen. Be right back. Usually, I have it over here. We're just doing a teaspoon of vanilla, but in this house, we measure the vanilla with our heart. So you stir again until nice and smooth. And then you also need to add the peanut butter. So let me go get my peanut butter. I have my 4th cup somewhere. I'll be right back. Okay. peanut butter, 4th cup, and the spoon, of course. This is like the most chaotic baking I've ever done because I'm videoing myself and trying to do a new recipe. So with the peanut butter, I do try and measure it just because it can make the cookies kind of peanut butter overload. So you don't want it to be like too much peanut butter. See, that would have been too much. And then you just take it and you put it in there. Maybe. In the comments, what is your guys' favorite cookie that your household absolutely loves and would benefit from if you could make it or whatever? Please tell me. I am totally up for doing different cookie recipes. We just made one the other day. It was a cream cheese cookie. And oh my goodness, it was so good. Okay, it is nice and smooth. I usually use my mixer, as you can see, but I'm not going to use that right now. Okay, then we got to add the baking soda, salt, and flour. So baking soda is a 4th teaspoon, a 4th teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. My cat is over here knocking things over. Oh, this is my baby. See, we stay away from the food, but we're just so cute. Okay, I'm gonna sanitize my hands. Okay, now I am going to get my sifter because I am big on sifting I'll put my flour first, my baking soda, and then my salt, and I'll sift it just the one time, but I would rather it be sifted than end up with baking soda and going. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here. So we need a 1/2 cup of flour. All-purpose flour, because it's cookies. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Then the 4th teaspoon of baking soda. I don't know about you, but I always get baking soda and baking powder mixed up. I'm getting better at it, but I swear, it's just like a common thing. It's insane. And the 4th teaspoon of salt. Oh my goodness. Spice rack. I did not realize my magnet came off my phone. Okie dokie. We're just gonna pour it over this one because my salt comes out really fast. Okay, that is good. So usually I just take a spoon, whatever, and I just kind of sift it through. My counter is now a disaster. So keep mixing until a firm dough happens. Whisking probably isn't the best one for this part, but I'm going to do my best to whisk it, and then I'll get a different thing. You like that? It's getting stuck in the whisk. This is why I usually use my mixer. I'm such a clumsy baker without my mixer. I don't know why. Probably because I became more independent. Or, yeah, definitely dependent on it versus... What? It's just a baby. My cat is mewing. She always needs attention. Honestly, she probably wants to go outside, but I'm busy. Okay, we're going to be sad about that. But we're gonna mix this really good with the... And you don't want to overmix it. Oh my goodness, I forgot to preheat my oven. Hold on. I couldn't move you guys so you could see me over there. Okay, so you're gonna mix your dough until it becomes like a firm ball. Which she says not to overmix. Which cookies you try and not overmix, but I also want to make sure that I don't have any flour spots, which we are finally to the point where it's looking firm. Sorry. So you want it to look like that. It's nice and firm. And then you preheat your oven for 350 degrees. And then we're gonna get these on the cookie sheet. You try and put them on like hockey pucks. That way, they come out. We are going for a crumble cookie, so flat, yet a little bit thick, and it's gonna crack on the top. That's the look we're going for anyways. Haven't done this recipe before, so we're gonna do it together. Okay, cookie sheet. I need to grab my oil. Okay, oil your pan well. Okay, now we're going to form these into little hockey pucks. Little ASMR. Okay, so one cookie, more like a hockey puck. So we're gonna try and do a round, but not. So kind of like that, where it's not super big. It's just kind of, there we go, slap it on there. My dog is standing here and he knows better. Go, get out of the kitchen. He's just like staring at me like, you're gonna feed me peanut butter, right? We love peanut butter in this house. He probably thinks I'm making dog treats, honestly. Okay, 2. We're gonna see how many this makes. Like I said, if this ends up making turns out a really good cookie, I will end up having to make more, or else my husband is going to eat them all and no one's going to get a bite. Get out! Hey, get out of the kitchen. Go. This is my old man. He's not supposed to be in the kitchen. Go. Get out. They all think I'm making dog treats because of the peanut butter. Yeah, that fluffy white one, he is 13 years old. He is an old, old man. I've had him since he was 4 months old. He's a bestest boy now. When he was younger, he was a very hard dog. But that's the Husky Samoyed in him. Definitely not easy dogs. Out! Out! I used to be a dog trainer, so like I said in my other video, I don't do dogs in my kitchen when I'm cooking. The farthest they get to go is on the other side of my fridge because that is where their water dish is. When I am cooking, I do not like my dogs in my kitchen. And I'm sure multiple people are the same way. I don't want their hair flying around, especially the fluffy one, or just in my way. Our kitchen isn't very big, so I don't like feeling like I need to step over my dogs or anything crazy. And I don't want to trip on them, and I'm just not a fan. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna make 6 cookies. So I'm gonna make it go like this. So that way they all have some room. I don't know how they're going to end up afterwards. Trying to fix where I had to pick them up. So the goal when you're baking them, you bake them for 14 to 15 minutes. Or once they start cracking on top, getting that cracked cookie look, you can also add sugar to the top of them while they're baking. Which, look at this, it's gonna be a little one. I'm gonna put it in the middle. This will be my taste test cookie. How about that? Yeah. I mean, this one might end up a little bit more burnt, but it's fine. It's cute. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my hands. Well, wash my hands. Okay, my oven is almost proof. We're gonna throw some sugar on them. I just have with a little teaspoon, nothing crazy sugar-wise. There, and as you can see, it just kind of melted into them. Okay, once the oven is proofed, we will throw these in the oven, and I'll be back once they're done. There's the ring. And we are back. So, where I live in Idaho, they cook for about 10 minutes, and then they are done. They are golden around the side, cracked on top, and you're supposed to just kind of, here, let me get my other. That's what she said to do. So, we're going to let these completely cool, which it's going to be so hard. I know my hair, but it's my home, so there's no hair. We have to let these completely cool, which I'll be pulling them off of the cookie sheet onto the cooling rack here shortly. But then we melt some peanut butter down and we drizzle it on the top. Phenomenal. I cannot wait. So, here's what the cookie should look like. Sometimes recipes are wrong. You do have to go by your I'm just not whatever the air is where you are, your elevation. It goes kind of by your elevation, how warm your house is, how your oven works. Like, you gotta learn how to work and play with that. I have found out with baking, not every recipe is going to be the exact same. Time-wise, temperature, yes, but time-wise, I have found that out very differently. And we are going to rock this. I am going to put on my recipe that, we only needed 10 minutes in my oven. So definitely don't feel like you're doing it wrong if you have to pull them out sooner, or if you have to let them cook a little bit longer sometimes. Baking is definitely a trial and an error, and it is fun. But like I said in my other video, I never used to like baking. I used to absolutely hate it. And here I am. Now I can't stop baking things. So I will come back once these have completely cooled and when we are ready for the peanut butter drizzle, and then we will do a taste test. Okay, so they have cooled I'm impatient as well, so they're probably not fully cooled, but they're cooled down enough. So you melt some peanut butter down, you put it in a bag, you barely take off the thing, then you just drizzle peanut butter on the top. Obviously, I'm not a designer baker, I'm just winging it. I know peanut butter's a little spicy right now because it's hot. Hell yeah. I feel like those are perfect. Okay, so who is ready for a taste test? The small one? Break it open. Oh my god. Best peanut butter cookie I've probably ever had. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to make another batch because I might eat them all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 10 out of 10 recommend this recipe. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the video. Hope you had fun with chaos baking with Cassie. Have a fantastic day, or night, or morning, wherever you are watching me from.